Grossi Posse Packer Nation. Welcome to an episode of Packcast, the podcast where you're not to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom Grossi, and I'm laughing already. This is going to be problematic. After getting blown the F out by the 49ers on Sunday, we hopefully will have a very different experience as we head into the swamps of New Jersey to take on the struggling New York Giants. And if we lose to them, toaster baths for everybody. But with that being said, I am so beyond excited. We got a guest in studio. I lured someone into my basement. Just a little bit of candy. And so he's a longtime friend, family. Just came out with the #1 New York Times bestseller, Anal Warts and You, How I Rose to the Top. Pete, thanks so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. And a man of your integrity and your success to grace the halls of this basement.
I think you wrote this intro for somebody else. Integrity that's
That's for when I interviewed Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. I was going to say that's not the anal warts was good though.
Yeah, that was okay.
That's
that
good.
was okay.
Yeah,
all right.
That was strong.
That was
strong. That's a hard yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that fell by. Okay. So, you were a Giants fan, and one of the few that were actually willing to come out into public.
Can we just touch on for a second that you just used past tense? We're a Giants fan.
Well,
I'm not even correcting you. I'm just saying that was absolutely perfect because you are correct.
Yes. At some point, I'm not saying you're not a Giants. I feel like you turn off football after a while. Once your team is only getting 2 wins, you're just let's change the channel and see if Days of Our Lives are on, which is also I think just got canceled too. So
the Giants are up next. Yeah, they're on the chopping block next. Question for you.
Yes.
We're going to reverse interview here.
Oh.
Thank you.
There's nothing on there except pornographic material.
There is a picture of my anal warts, and it's close. Impressive.
Thank you. Just a sniff test.
You've been Packers fan, obviously, as long as you can remember.
Since 1997. I was 7 years old.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Since 97, maybe you know this, I don't know. When was the last time your team had 9 losses before the end of the season? Before week 17. Can you remember?
Last year.
You had 9 losses in week 17.
In week
you
17,
got your 9th
loss.
Year before that, you had 9 losses.
2008, we went 6-10. I don't know when we got that last loss or win.
But it was after this point in the season.
It was a while.
Yeah.
It was a while. Yeah.
Yeah. We hit it. We hit the number already. We're there.
We did it. We got him.
We're there. We're there. Playing golf.
Listen. We're playing the long game, baby.
Low score.
It's all on the hips.
No, it's...
listen, you're not the Bengals.
So now, I don't want to go into the political forum.
Sure.
But when we start doing the, hey, but we're not so-and-so, it's a bad situation.
Yeah, I was just trying to bring some joy and levity to the situation.
Yeah.
Where there is a complete void.
For me, I know the situation of my team when I start referring to them as the New Jersey Giants.
There you
That's
go.
a quick solution.
Yeah, because then they're not affiliated with you in any way, shape, or form.
They're not a state.
Right? It's like the Jets all over again. No one ever calls them the New York Jets anymore because you just keep them over there. But the only New York team, the Buffalo Bills,
right?
They're doing well.
They're doing okay. They're doing good.
Well, they only have 3 losses. I don't think they're good.
Yeah.
But they only have 3 losses because their schedule.
This is true.
Is kind of a walk in the park, and that's about it. That's about it. So. You, I have to imagine, have been a Giants fan for quite some time.
Grew up a Giants fan.
Family,
bled blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you never thought, hey, I should probably make some different life choices and better ones at that?
Several times I've looked at, my bar tabs and thought maybe it's time.
This is rock bottom.
My liver can't afford another season.
Yeah.
But then they win the Super Bowl. And then they bring you right back, and you're like, you know what? I can party. I can party. And then 3 years go by, and you're like, I just can't. And then they win the Super Bowl, and you're like, I can party. Yeah, you know what? It's an abusive relationship.
Absolutely.
They tell me so much. They're just like, change. Yeah, we're working on it. We know we're bad. We're working on it. Rebuilding. We're trying to be better. And then they give away good players for a player that's like, hey, put me in, coach, and then gets injured on the play where they get put me in, coach. Like this is what we're doing. This is where we're at.
Yeah, and I feel like being in New York, right? Like they are also in a very particular situation where like the media is relentless.
100%.
The tiny bit of a mistake just gets pounced upon, what have you. And you bring up your 2 Super Bowls. Thank you so much, because kind of had to.
Did you have a timer on it? It was less than 5 minutes, right?
Yeah. 6 minutes just now. So I think you got underneath.
We beat Patriots twice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the other thing. I have to say it legally as a Giants fan.
Yeah, it's like there's a card on it.
There is. I had to revoke my membership.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, like, before that, beating the Patriots, you had to...
I don't remember before the Patriots.
Yeah, you had to, right, like, NFC Championship game in one, and there's a divisional game in the other one.
There was. That's, right? Yeah. Who did we... I can't remember.
I think it was the Bears.
It had to be Chicago.
Yeah.
I remember it being cold.
Yeah,
cold
exactly.
people.
That's it. Yeah. So, you go through this life, and like you said, you walk a lonely road.
Oh, man. The emphasis on this really hurt. I'm not even lying. All joking aside, that actually got me. That actually, I felt this life. Oh, man.
So,
yes.
To the point where you're at right now. Because, again, you do that. Like, the Giants are like, terrible, win a Super Bowl out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, we ran the gambit. Yeah. We won the wild card game. Yep. We're away all of our games. Yep. Like, we weren't supposed to win, and we win all the time.
Yep.
I actually, I won a knockout pool. It wasn't a knockout pool. All you had to do was guess wins or losses for Giants.
Sure.
And I played it purely on ESPN. If they said the Giants would win, I bet against them. And when they said the Giants would lose, I bet for them. And I actually won. It was 100% on. It's ridiculous. They win the games or not, which is why I'm so looking forward to this weekend. Because they're not supposed to win against the Packers. It's not supposed to happen.
God, what does ESPN say?
Yeah, they're saying they're going to lose, buddy. Yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, there's going to be significant damage to bodily functions if we lose on Sunday. But like you said though, like you do it, you win Super Bowls, and there's teams who are there's teams who've never won a Super Bowl, right? True. Who get close or don't, and then they never see the playoffs again for like years.
Or like the Falcons who lose a Super Bowl that by halftime they should have won.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Or like the Vikings who got so close, could have played it in their own stadium, but. Just like sands in the hourglass, baby. That's it. Yeah, and so, like, with that, in these past few years, and listen, your division's pretty much a dumpster fire. At least,
I would agree.
Yeah. And now, the Eagles, they're another team that, like, Carson Wentz goes down, and you're like, their season's over. They win a Super Bowl with Nick Foles.
This is what our division does.
I mean, not the Redskins. I want to be very clear. They don't do that.
No, that is,
Since RG3, like, they don't...
And RG3, I mean, what did he have? Like 3 good games before a knee injury, and then 2 good games before a knee injury. Like, let's just
But they don't matter in this case.
Yeah.
So here though, like you have like the crappy Cowboys, right? Yep. Who like even with like them leading the division,
on paper should be good.
Yeah, on paper they definitely should be good.
It's one of those things that you're like, well, what's not? And I just loved.
I gotta say
the Jerry Jones interview. I mean, if everyone could be that sure that they were going to be fired, it's helpful, like you're so nervous sometimes, like I don't want to mess up in my job, they might fire me, and I mean he's gone, he's done.
It's just walking around and just being like, yeah, whatever. I mean, like, I feel like you have to get rid of Jason Garrett at some point. Like, it's just
to be fair, he's had enough bad season to warrant it.
Yeah.
But I never thought it would go down in public like that. I mean, I should have, knowing Jerry Jones, but yeah, this is going to be fun. That will be the highlight of my season. That I know it now. Whatever happens in the rest of the games, I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care. Yeah.
Well, like, so that being said, you've been going through like this rebuild, right? That's been occurring.
Yeah.
But, like, there's been some, like, baffling decisions on behalf of the Giants.
Yes.
And so one of the main ones, obviously, is Odell Beckham Jr.
Yes.
Right? You give the guy, like, you know who OBJ was, right? Like, you knew who he was. He was very talented on the field. Big personality, to put it, like, 100%. Politically correct. But you paid him a bunch of money. And you're like, okay.
They said they weren't going to trade him. They told us the truth.
Yeah.
They said they weren't going to trade him.
Yeah.
And they were right. They were not going to trade him on the day that they said that. they stuck by their word. Yeah. They did not trade him that day.
Yeah.
And people forget that.
Yeah.
But new day dawns and he's gone.
Yeah.
And he left us with a $15 million check. That's great. Or 15, I think. 15
something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Just a little bill. Just a little bill, which is great. We got, though, fantastic safety out of it. I haven't checked if he's starting. Oh, you have. Great. So, he's done. He's done for the season. Fractured spine, something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Literally broke his back.
Yeah.
Broke his back.
Trying to hold up that Giants defense.
And the thing that upset me is that there was a great article which said that it was the interview with him afterwards, and he said, I told the coach to put me in because I felt like I had it. And if that doesn't describe our season, but OBJ, we got some picks out of it, which which is helpful.
Sure.
We got a good backup. We got a good second string, which is exactly what you're looking for a Pro Bowler. Mm-hmm. I know we didn't get what we could have.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it. But at that point, I like to compare him with other stars of teams in the past.
Sure.
And no bigger giant out there ever than Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, the giant.
Yeah.
If there was Twitter and Facebook, we always joke around about it.
Sure.
But, I mean, after he retired, when Twitter and everything was around, you found out what he was into.
Yeah.
And it scared you.
Yeah.
There's nothing secret anymore. Every team knows how OBJ will be in their locker room.
Yes.
It's feast or famine.
100%.
Giving him the ball and he's producing, great.
Yeah.
Not giving him the ball or he's not producing and it's everyone else's fault. It's the drama of it. So yes, we needed him off the team. He was toxic. I get it. I still think you could have got something better for him. Even if you traded him when there was more of a need, move him early.
Well, and that's the thing. What confuses me, though, is like, okay, if you're gonna trade him, if that's the ultimate goal, and maybe there was just something that happened that we're not privy to, or something that like completely changed the spectrum. Yeah. I don't think so, but whatever. Why in God's name give him all of that money before you're about that just makes no sense whatsoever. Because even in that case, where if he's like gonna walk eventually, even if you do it for like a 3rd round pick, you'd be like, here you go. You can have a Pro Bowler, and at least you get something out of it instead of a whole bunch of dead cap.
Can't argue it. And it makes no sense. The thing that's upsetting to me is that, especially in New York, everything is damned if you do, damned if you
Absolutely.
don't. Everything.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, and everyone signs up for that.
Yes.
And I get that. But what you do is you go like 90% and then say, oh, whoops, I made a mistake. And that hurts. They won 100%.
Oh, they won 100%.
They signed him.
Yeah.
They won 100%.
Yeah.
I ordered a pizza one time, and right after I ordered it, I thought, I don't want that pizza. Nothing I can do. I can't call up and say, hey, guys, I know you're delivering me a pizza, but I don't want it. You're stuck with the pizza. Sorry. And if we were stuck with him, at least we knew what we had.
Yes.
We knew what we were getting. And who knows, maybe the new QB has a better relationship. They knew that they were drafting a new QB. That was in the works for 2 years.
Yeah.
So that was upsetting to me because if you signed him to the contract, you bought him.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah.
It's done. See what he's like with the new QB. At least get another year at it. What if it was magic?
Yeah.
What if it was magic?
It's better
what if
than
it
what's
brought him
going on
back?
in Cleveland.
2 young guys, that bond that happens with them. You see it a lot with these, with these young guys coming out that they start to realize that you're each other's ticket. There's that symbiotic relationship.
Yep.
They drop the ball.
Yeah.
It's a sad pun. I'm working on my dad jokes.
We're getting there. We're slowly getting. Do you think the Giants are better this year if you have him on the team? I mean, there's a lot of issues.
Okay.
There's a lot of issues. And by better, that's a low bar that you're barely stepping over.
I don't think you could. You know what? OBJ loves soccer. We all know it. Make him the kicker. Make him the kicker. Maybe he makes more than our kicker's doing now. You know, I don't think. You know what? I don't think we could be worse. And that statement is a plus or minus 2. That statement's a plus or minus 2. You know, like seriously, what are we talking about here? Those two wins were lucky. You know, it wasn't even like a 35-7. We romped them. We slayed them. No. They were close games. Yeah. We haven't won soundly in. I don't know the last time we've won soundly. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember the last time we won soundly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I am very I'm very upset with the trade. I think it was the wrong call. I think the right call would have been keep him on at least another year.
And see what happens.
Doesn't hurt. You know what you have with him. You know he's going to be trouble in the locker room. You're prepared for it. Everyone on the team is prepared for it. No one's just going to be like, man, I didn't know he was going to be like that.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, drop the ball on it 100%. Our fault. The contract hurt. It all hurt.
Yeah.
It all hurt.
Well, I think obviously, like, that's not all. Like, I felt so bad, like, doing that. But, like, you get rid of guys like Eli Apple, right? Who's doing well in New Orleans, right? And New Orleans was able to get him for relatively cheap, and, you know, he's able to take off with that. You know, there's that. Yep. You sign Nate Solder to, like, a ridiculous contract as your left tackle.
Oh, he's gonna. He'll at some point. He'll come through. You'll see. We still got a couple. He's gonna shine. God, it hurts. It hurts. Like, both our tackles are gone at the end of this. That is happening. Our tackles are over 30 years old.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid seeing people's names and ages and being like, wow, like, you know, 35 or 21, and just being like, wow, they're old. And now I'm looking at the ages and I'm just like, that guy's my age. and I literally make a noise anytime I do anything.
Yeah.
My body is letting me know that it's dying. That it's absolutely dying. And I'm 33. I'm 33. Yeah. These guys are 2 years younger than me, and they've taken much more of a beating than I have. Really.
Your body's it doesn't have much left. There's not a lot left in the tank.
If I go to the gym twice, I'm like, man, that's a rough week. That's a rough week. These guys are going to the gym like 5 days a week. Yeah. They're 30 years old. I get it, but they're taking a beating. You know, they're not making it another year or two. We are not set up well. Yeah. We have holes. We have holes like crazy. Can we fill all the holes on the next draft? My God, we cannot. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
The thing about rebuilding is that
you have to have some foundation to build upon.
100%. Yeah. And you also have to have a timeline. No one's signing up for a project where they're just like, oh yeah, I'll remodel that house. You just write me a check and I'll take care of it. Well, your first question is, when is it going to be done? Like,
well, I feel like looking at that.
By the way, this is yours. I'm sorry. I'm just getting angry. I
was like, I think I said OBJ. Yeah. So like and again, OBJ's struggling over and he's pissed off and he's like said things and stuff like that.
It's not his fault.
Cleveland.
It's not his fault.
It never is.
No.
It never is. I mean, Baker Mayfield does suck this year, but yes, there's a lot of issues. So, but that being said, you look at, I think it's a bigger picture of how management and front office has been working. It doesn't seem like you're 100% correct. There's no long-term plan.
Yeah.
I feel like literally they're crapping in their hands every day, throwing it against the wall, and are like, let's wait until that falls down and hits the garbage can.
100%.
And the problem is one, can't run a team like that.
Nope.
But two, like, it shows. Like, you have Saquon Barkley, who arguably is like the best running back
100%
in the entire NFL.
100%. But it gets me upset. And the reason why it gets me upset is because it was a great draft. They drafted a great guy.
Yep.
So you know what that means? It's a good draft. We did good.
Yeah.
We did good. Everything is like resting laurels on something.
Yeah.
You get like you almost, it's the whole, everyone always talks about, you know, the diving and, you know, taking a fall and getting draft picks and all that stuff.
Sure.
But the truth of it all is that, it's the same way when you have a good, when you're doing, like, when you have a good draft pick. Yeah, you have a good draft pick, this went great. But it doesn't alleviate the fact that you messed up, like, 3 or 4 other picks.
Yeah.
That shit hit the wall and stuck.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. There's a pile of shit at the bottom of the wall. No one's addressing it. Some people are slipping in it and getting shit all over them.
Into the locker room.
There's shit everywhere. But everyone's just like, look at that one piece on the wall, though. Gonna put a frame on that bad boy.
He's breaking his back.
Exactly. He's slipping on shit. We are literally, it is horrific. It is horrific.
Because, like, you look at Eli Manning, and we'll talk about him, like, in depth. But, like, the whole, like, you look at Eli Manning, and you're like, listen, through all of his faults, and listen, the guy has, like, never had an offensive line, like, has had problems, and obviously got rid of all of his weapons when you got rid of OBJ and what have you. But, like, to bench him when he has, like, that streak going on, and, like, one that's never going to be replicated ever again, like that Brett Favre is setting. Like, I feel like you won those 2 Super Bowls, right? As a fan, you can hang your hat on them and be like,
Thank you for bringing me back. I was feeling down for a moment. You're talking about Eli, I'm like, then you thought Super Bowls. I'm like, hey!
But, like, you hang your hat on that because you're like, listen, at least we have that. Like, I talk about the Broncos fans, right? They're like, hey, listen, like, we mortgaged our future, and getting a lot of free agents, bringing Peyton Manning in, and now we're rebuilding, we're struggling, but we did it. Like, we did it and we won a Super Bowl.
You did.
And you look at, like, the Patriots are such, like, an exception to the rule. Like, it's not easy to win a Super Bowl. It's not easy to go to the Super Bowl. They just deal with Satan.
It's frustrating with them.
Very. But I think the problem is that's created a new marker, right? Of being like, hey, why aren't you like the Patriots? And I'm like, no one's ever going to be like the Patriots again. Like, when Bill Belichick is gone, I don't know if you're going with that level of success over that period of time.
I mean, they just took the record. So 17 10-win seasons in a row, beating out San Francisco. Which, if you look at the next team after San Francisco, it drops dramatically.
Yes.
They're what, like 6 or 7 10-win seasons? Something like that. But it happened. Mm-hmm. It's not like the one team and they're the only ones that ever did it. 100%. So San Francisco did it, and then decades later, Pats did it.
Yeah.
Decades later, who's to say?
Sure.
If one good team comes up in this division, that's it. We're gonna they're gonna have it for they're gonna have 10-win seasons for a while.
There you go.
You just need one good team in a bad division while everybody else is rebuilding.
Which is literally the epitome of the AFC East.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's been for a long time.
Or you need arguably the best coach quarterback combination too. It helps.
It helps. Absolutely. Yeah. There's a little help there. But, like, it's that, and then, as you were saying, like, this talk about replacing Eli Manning has been around forever, right? Like, it's been around for these past 2 years of, like, we're going to have to move on at some point.
2 years after the Super Bowl, or, like, they're talking about replacing him again.
Yeah.
And then you win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then you're just like,
it erases winning
fixes everything.
But it doesn't.
No. And
that's
for
the thing.
mentality, it fixes everything.
But people don't get it.
Correct.
You almost don't want to win the Super Bowl. Because
Yeah.
if you win the Super Bowl, then everything's good again.
Yep.
Everything's fine and there's no problem. What is everyone complaining about? Exactly.
Yep.
It's really a problem. Winning can be a problem. It really, I would love to know what gaps there are in the Patriots. We'll never know because you just keep winning.
Yeah, I mean, like, and you see flaws, right? Like, the offensive line is struggling. They have a terrible left tackle. Like, the offense has not been firing well. But they're winning, and so because of that, there's not a lot of coverage of being like, oh man, the Patriots is all doom and gloom because they won 10 games, so it kind of doesn't matter at that point. But for you guys, you're talking about, like, holes, like the offensive line,
100%.
Obviously.
Tackles.
Yeah.
I mean, and you would think Saquon would promote that idea.
Because even if you need to rebuild and be like the Giants of old, and be like, you have this dominant defense and just, like, strong running game, and just have a guy who's competent at quarterback who isn't going to lose you the game. And, like, I don't think Daniel Jones is, like, that competent quarterback, because I think he has more potential than just, like, a competent quarterback. He needs to fix the fumbling issues, but, like, with the complete lack of weapons and protection he has, like, he's done well for the position he's been thrown in.
100%. And you could tell that he has the ability to be a New York quarterback.
Yes.
Handles himself well, seems like he has a good head on his shoulders and stuff like that. How you handle a season like this is going to be very telling. I'm
Yeah.
actually excited to see how he does it. Does he come back with the with that excitement or stuff like that?
Yeah.
I remember I saw this. It was last year. It was a great segment on. I think it was Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
And he was talking about the person was talking about Aaron Rodgers saying like the "Don't worry" or "We got this." It was a great bit. If you could show it, I'm sure you need to pull up something. You might need to get the rights for it.
Yeah.
But that's what you want from your QB.
Yeah.
You want the QB to look in the camera and to be honest with what he's feeling and to make everyone in the room feel the same way.
Yeah.
That's the idea. It's being convincing. Every QB will go up and be like, "Oh, this is not a big deal. We got this. We'll turn it around." And you're like, "No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not going to turn it around."
Yeah. It's like the Redskins saying they have a good culture.
Yeah. Or Baker Mayfield saying, "Oh, there's close games. We got this though.
Yeah.
We're
right there.
Yeah, we're right there.
Right there.
We're right there."
You're so far away.
You're not. You're not right there.
Yeah.
And anyone with an IQ above 6 knows that you're not right there. That's what I'm looking for out of him. I'm looking for a similar Eli Manning attitude because that's what made Eli Manning successful in our time. He wasn't the best QB ever. He had one incredible season where he was the greatest comeback guy of all time. Third quarter, fourth quarter, amazingness. But Eli was the guy who was consistently good.
Yeah.
Good.
And that's all you need because you had that defense.
Yeah. I don't need
you had
elite.
the run game.
I don't need elite.
No.
I don't right now. I am looking for good.
Yeah.
I'm looking to end a season, 8-8. Let's end the season 8-8.
Bar's right there. Like it's not that hard to clear over. It's just like
we're right there. We're close. No, but you know what I mean? Like I want someone to be proficient. I don't want to have. We were talking about the Ravens before.
Sure.
I don't want to have just this out of the blue amazingness because then holes don't get filled.
Yeah.
Have us, do okay. He's learning the playbook. He's learning how to handle the media. Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's make it a PR season. And then give him some protection. Take care of our tackles. Let's fill those holes.
Well, I feel like that has to be at this point, like that is like your first, second, and like 32nd priority at this point because your offensive line. Because you have like Saquon Barkley.
I know.
Right? And you could win games. Like, even defense is, like, utter crap. You can win games by establishing the run game, draining the clock, and having a QB who actually has time to throw. Even if he's not throwing to amazing people.
Agreed. But, I mean...
They can at least get to 8-8.
But you're grading them on what Saquon was primarily in the first year.
Correct.
Which was amazing.
Yes.
But now there's game tape.
Yes.
That's always the thing.
Yes.
I'd hate to change the type of ball here, but Jeremy Lin, unstoppable. That ended quick.
Yeah.
When you don't have game tape on something,
sure.
There's
the unknown.
There's the unknown. I want to see how Saquon settles in. If we can give him that protection, honestly, yes. Giving, we have Golden Tate, we got Shepard. I know, but we have people that at least have the ability to catch the ball.
Sure.
So you have a QB that's going to be proficient at getting them the ball if he has time. Okay. And then you have a running game to just distract from that and give the quarterback a breather, and stuff like that. So yes, I agree that if we fill those two holes, we get two good people in here, it will help us get better.
Sure.
But there's still so many holes.
Yeah.
The ship is sinking.
Yeah.
2-9, you're underwater. You know it. But it's like, which hole do we want to shovel water out of first? They're all drowning us.
Yeah.
I said it before, but like our kicker.
Yeah.
There are 3 ways for you to score in football.
Yes.
3 teams. There's your offensive team, which you expect to score. Your defensive team, which you're excited when they do score, but you don't expect them to score unless you're the Ravens when Ray Lewis played.
Yep.
Or your special teams. And our special teams just shit the bed.
Yeah.
We don't. So now we're stuck with our offense and our defense.
Yeah.
You know what? Like that's where we're at. I mean, I have no. Who sends a kicker out with no confidence that they're going to hit a kick?
Yeah.
Well,
and then.
Oh, you just got a couple more followers. That was good. That was impressive.
Or lost some. It's fine.
No, they're there.
They're there. They know who you are.
Yeah, and if they're watching you, they were expecting it. Yeah, they got a little tingle there. That made them feel good. Yeah. But seriously, like,
Yeah.
our kicker couldn't even get a kickoff to stay in.
Yeah.
Your field, it's not even a goalpost. It was the field. And they're just like, man, that sideline's not regulation. I don't know. Like, it seems askew. It looks askew. No, like, holy crap. Just your job, your job is kicker.
Yeah.
Is kicker.
That's it.
And it's important.
Yeah.
But you just kick good. I know I can't do it.
No.
And I can appreciate that I'm sitting here with like a slice of pizza in my hand going, well, that guy sucks. I get it. I get that but
Sure.
But like your teammates, you go out on the field and guys aren't even watching.
Yeah.
Because
they're just like, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
They're not even watching because it hurts to
Yeah.
watch. No, like seriously, it hurts. Because you could tell if you're watching, you have a hope. You have a hope. You want to celebrate.
I feel
Your holder is walking off the field before your reaction. He doesn't even know, but he knows. He's already walking away.
It's just like cool guys don't look at explosions, but he holds the kick and then it's just like, all right, let's just walk away.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Yeah.
So things are going that well. Yeah, it's just...
It's a tough life for fans of any team. And I'm not even holding this to the Giants.
Yeah.
For any team, when someone says, oh, you follow football, and you say, yeah. I say, what team do you root for? And you say, certain name here. And they go, oh, man.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
like... Yeah, the conversation's over. That's it. Yeah.
There's nothing good to talk about then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or when you're like, what team do you follow? And they're just like, yeah, we follow so we were bad for a while. Like, thanks, man.
But we came back.
Feel great.
Sorry, we've all been there before.
Yeah. Well, still,
Yeah.
Packers. I mean, come on. Bledsoe even got them. Bledsoe was even good. I can't remember the last time they were bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things too, because like it's almost like how I look at it is like on draft day, like right now, like there's going to be some poor son of a bitch that is going to be drafted to the Bengals.
Yeah.
And like they're walking into a minefield. And it's almost of like one of those things that like you can take the Cardinals, right? They draft 2 first-round QBs, right? Back-to-back years.
Yep.
They give up on the first one because they're like, you suck. And he's like, There's children blocking for me. Like, there's legitimate children on the field. And he's dying.
Look, okay, it was a really wonderful fundraiser for that orphanage, and it didn't play out the way they thought.
But like, he's becoming a Make-A-Wish kid because he's getting murdered, and like they're coming in with knives.
Yeah.
And the offensive line is like, right this way, Mr. Rosen will see you now.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh no. Our problem's the QB. It's not the offensive line. Let's draft Kyler Murray, who has been playing pretty damn well, all things considering.
Yes.
That Larry Fitzgerald's 105 years old, and I like Larry Fitzgerald, but he's 105 years old. David
Still
Johnson,
a nice guy, though.
100% nice guy.
Yeah.
Except what he did for the Packers. Yeah, beating them twice. Don't like that.
But still a nice guy.
But still a very nice
Shook
guy.
people's hands afterwards.
There you go. Pat him on the ass.
Yeah.
And then, like, your running game's not got anything going, like, and you still don't have an offensive line.
So put yourself in GM role. I'm sure you have in the past. I mean,
100%.
You think of yourself highly.
100%.
Yeah. What's an easier fill? Draft one position or draft 2? It's that simple.
Yeah.
What's easier to do? It is harder to fill 2 roles in the offensive line because it doesn't help to fill one.
Correct.
We got a new left tackle. That's great. Wow, why did everyone keep lining up on that right tackle? Wow, that right tackle. You know what happens if you draft a new left tackle? That right tackle's looking at everyone just like, fuck all of you. Yeah, he knows. Target on him all over. There's just like a red sniper dot at all times. Yeah. He's at home with his kid and it's still there and he's like, leave me alone. He just can't. Yeah, just stop. Like you need to draft 2. So that's using 2 picks.
Yep.
And if you want to draft well, obviously you go in the front because everyone's picking up linemen now. It's not just like linemen are a middle of the draft thing. No. Maybe in the 80s, dude.
Now it's like top 10.
Everyone.
After the top 10, there's a drop off.
Yep.
Because
you know what happened? Belichick drafted one time, and everyone's like, maybe that's a good idea. Yeah. We started throwing to a tight end a lot, and everyone's like, maybe we should start throwing to a tight end a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Belichick just is like a trendsetter for a guy that just dresses in sweatshirts. He anything the guy does. If I were him, I would throw a season. When Brady retires, have him throw a season by making horrible decisions, and everyone goes, maybe we should start doing that, and then switch it up at the dime. You know what I mean? Like, he has that power.
Keep him on his toes. Oh well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick can do whatever he wants.
But for us, we need to draft linemen.
Yeah.
Give up our first couple drafts picks. Get linemen. Oh God!
Well,
what did I walk into?
No.
Why'd you point at me? What do you have written?
No, that's that is again. It's just porn. But like again, like that's. I hate to bring them up. Like that's what the Cowboys did. Like you look at the Cowboys, and like, but no fan wants to hear that. No fan wants to hear we're 3 years out. No fan wants to hear like we're not going to be good for a few years.
Fans are okay hearing that. If it's realistic. If it's a plan. If
Yeah.
it's realistic. You know what I don't want to hear? We're sticking with this person. We just signed him. We're good to go. He's with us. Okay. I know I said that just now. But like, no. You know, like that's what we don't want. We don't want someone backtracking.
You want direction.
Be honest with me. Even if honesty is really sucky, it's a 5-year plan. Well, that blows. Well, you know what our first round draft pick shouldn't be? A QB then.
Yeah.
Draft that when you're in the last 2 years of your rebuilds. That's beautiful. You know, but like just come up with a plan that...
Do you think you can say that though? Like, can you? So, for example, because we're looking at this from a perspective of like, you know, again, like building teams would have.
Yeah.
But like, if the Giants came out and were like, listen, you know, honestly, it's not going to be good for a while.
Yeah.
Like, season tickets, you know,
Done.
and
so who is it good by? Is it good by? You're asking the business wise? No.
Yeah.
That is not. Is it good player wise? No. Is it good watching wise? Probably not.
Yeah.
But at least the fans will have the trust in the team. You know what I mean?
If you can get in there, yeah.
If you followed through.
Yeah.
And you're rebuilding. What does rebuilding mean? It doesn't mean that it's like, you know, a David Copperfield moment of, you see this empty lot? Whoa, building. You know?
Yeah.
It's okay, I'm seeing, like you said before, a foundation.
Yeah.
We got some good linemen, some good kids coming out. Okay, cool. What else are we looking at? Oh, we managed, because we had a horrible year there, we managed to get a first-round draft pick. We took a running back. Okay, great. Or a wide receiver.
Yep.
Someone like we got a fly person.
Yeah.
Great. But you have to see steps, you know?
Yeah.
It's something my wife always talks about, you know? You could talk a great game, but if she's not seeing movement, if there's nothing happening there, you know? If the scale isn't going down, well, what are we doing here? I'm not just going to be like, boom, 200. I woke up today. We're good. I'm there.
Yeah.
You know, you got to see progress. Show me progress.
Yeah.
Don't give me 9-win season, 2-win season, 4-win season, 1-win season. That's not progress. That's shit on a wall.
Well, I mean, and you look at like, so obviously the Packers got annihilated on Sunday, and like,
are you doing okay?
No,
do you need
It's just so bad. It's just so bad.
I know.
But you look at it in the way that like they're talking about like the 49ers line, and they're like, man, I wish we had that kind of line. I'm like, there's like 7 first-round picks on there. Like literally, they sucked for like they had Colin Kaepernick. They went to the Super Bowl, and then things fell apart very quickly.
Yep.
And then they drafted a whole lot of, like, they drafted, like, all linemen.
Oh, and they cleaned house.
Yeah.
Coach gone, QB gone. They cleaned house.
And they sucked. Like, they got a new stadium.
From the Super Bowl.
And they sucked.
Look, I got respect for that.
Yeah.
Super Bowl won, and they didn't rest their head on anything. Yep. They were just like, we're burn this thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. To the ground.
It was great. I give them such respect. And look what they did.
Yeah.
I have to say, at least you lost to a good team. You know what I mean? Like you got annihilated, you got destroyed. Sure. But in the end, let's say they do that to several other teams and then they win the Super Bowl. In the end, you're not going to feel too bad. Yeah. You're kind of just like, you know what? Yeah, they were good this year and they trounced us. You know, but at least lose to better teams. Yeah. You know, and take the time to rebuild. That's what they did, and look where they're at. I don't know what their profit margin looked like and stuff like that. I assume they took a hit. But I also assume that they're killing it right now.
I'm sure.
They are destroying it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, so you get to this point, right? Because you're bringing up a good point. So obviously, like, you have teams like the Bengals, like the Giants, like the Jets, like these teams that you're like, the season's done.
I like that
right?
two of those teams are New York teams. Yeah,
well, you know, just
and Cincinnati, great company.
Just want to throw that in there.
Thank
but
you.
like, they're done, right?
No. Yeah.
So from a fan's perspective, because I got a lot of crap for this last year. The Packers were not doing well.
Okay.
Like, we knew we weren't in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, by this time, we knew that we weren't going. We play the Jets. I go to the Jets game. I'm rooting for my team to win, even though I know that is going to hurt their draft stock. I know because if they win, we're most likely not going to have a top 10 pick.
100%.
I still root for my team to win.
Yes, you do.
I get crap for that because they're like, no, at some point, you look beyond the season and say, these wins, they do nothing for you.
Oh, do they do nothing for you?
So that's what I'm asking you.
What do they do for you?
Yeah.
Well, it's a psyche thing, though. See, again, there are the makeups of any organization. You have the owners who are looking at money, truthfully.
Sure.
You have the players who are also looking at money, but in a different way. They're looking at money for their family and all of that sustainability. They're trying to make a life for themselves. Then you got the fans, okay? Yeah. So everyone's motives can never line up, ever. There's too much disparaging between the two of them. That might not be the right word, but that's okay.
That's fine. It is.
It is? Good. So, losing is bad for the owner.
Yes.
And bad for the teammate, for psyche.
Yep.
And good for the fans. Because some fans, because they feel that they'll get a better draft pick.
Yeah.
But what about the fans that you're losing? They don't want to go and watch a game.
Yeah.
You know, hey son, let's go and watch Aaron Rodgers sit on the side and watch him be miserable because they're watching it lose. Also, you go losing season. Let's say you get a number 1 draft pick, but you lost the last 4 games. You're through the last 4 games. You didn't say it, but like, man, that pass was
You're tanking.
Off. Yeah, you're tanking. You're going into that new season. And you're going into animosity from the fans.
Sure.
From some of them. Again, not all of them. And again,
there
the fans are split on it.
False optimism.
Yeah. Now the fans that wanted you to tank, how good do you need to be? Do you need to be to make those fans happy now? What if you went 3-2 in the beginning part of the season? Was that worth the 4-game loss? Was that worth it to you? And then you have to think of the psyche of the players. You asked your players who are, just guessing, I'm not a football player, alpha males probably, men that like to go out there and beat the hell out of each other and go to war. They describe it as war.
Yeah.
No one's saying, we play a game. No, they're going to war.
Yeah.
These are men that you're going to say, lose, the players want you to lose, owners want you to lose. All right, great. Thank you for losing. Win! Yeah. Win now! Yeah. Now go! Why aren't you winning? That's crazy. Yeah. You're going to destroy players that way. So, don't tank, is my view. If you're that bad that you need a top 10 pick, you'll get that top 10 pick. You're that bad. Trust me, I'm a Giants fan. We're that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We will try to win every game. It's going to be fun to watch. But, that's the truth. Never, ever root for your team to lose, in my opinion. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because if you start that, when can you stop it? When can you stop it? Because then, all right, I know we're okay. We're looking like we might be 8-8. We're looking kind of good. But man, there's some really good prospects coming out at the end of this year. Why not just throw the whole season and get number 1? Why not?
And you know what? And
what's the big deal?
And here's the thing too. The problem with that is you could tank the entire. If the Bengals right now are looking at this of just throw anybody out there. They're starting Andy Dalton.
Put him back in! Andy, we know that we cut your balls off, but can you sew him back on for a couple more games?
It's I'll go to the nightstand.
Yeah, exactly.
They've been sitting there for a few weeks. It's like dancing dust particles in the light.
It's all red, but we appreciate it. Red glitter. That's good.
Honey, get my good underwear. But you have that, right? You might be like, hey, this kid is coming out of college and he looks amazing. He might suck. He might get to the NFL and might be awful.
What are you talking about? That has never happened. Jamarcus Russell, that has never happened. Johnny Football, that has never happened. I don't think that you can draw conclusions on the...
Winston.
Come on, man. Now you're just saying names that are true. That's not fair.
Yeah.
No, but that's the whole point.
And I feel like as fans, we have gotten to a point, because I'm facing this right now. So we drafted Rashawn Gary, and we'll talk about the draft momentarily, because I'm curious of what your take was, because everyone crapped all over the Giants.
We're talking about war draft, right? Because that's the draft I'd like to talk about.
Yes,
wartime
100%.
Draft.
Yeah, okay. You should be 12 and be going. But the point is that you get to a point where we drafted Rashawn Gary at number 12.
Nice job.
Fans everywhere.
Yeah.
All Packers fans are like, he's a bust. We screwed the pooch. It's so bad. The guy's never on the field. What a waste of talent. What a waste of number 12. I'm like, it's been the guy has been in the NFL player for 13 weeks. 13 weeks. And I looked it up, right? So I think Khalil Mack, he didn't get his first sack until after week 10 in his rookie season.
Oh.
It was late.
I didn't know that.
It was late.
Okay.
And you look at that, but I feel like, and the NFL fans and the NFL product as a whole is a what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
And they see a guy which we spent a lot of draft capital on. We don't draft in the top 15 very often. And you look at that and they're like, he's a bust. And I'm like, have patience. Literally, Devontae Adams is the reason why you have patience. The guy sucked. He sucked. Could not catch anything. Then he gave me his autograph, and I turned around.
That's what I'm saying.
But and now he's fantastic, and thank God we have him.
Everyone, we always talk about Monday morning quarterbacks and all these people that are at home why would you make that call? Yeah. I would never challenge that as they're watching an instant replay on their pause TV. But in all truthfulness of it all, we've all worked jobs.
Yeah.
And we've all been new at a job at some
100%.
point. Has to happen. No one's coming into their job with experience. And I would say week 1 of my job to week 3 is a large difference. It just goes exponential. Yeah. And then week 10. And then if you look at me 6 months into a job and then a year in, and it's you feel like varsity and everybody else is JV. You know what I mean? But for some reason, people are so quick. I don't understand.
Now.
The difference between college and the NFL, I will never know on a first-hand basis.
Yeah.
I didn't play in college. I could have gone all the way, but I didn't do it. I didn't.
I mean, it was the knee injury.
There was. But the truth of it is that everyone that you ask says that it's night and day.
Yeah.
You're looking at a percentage of college players that make it to the NFL. Everybody is All-American, that's just that's like your GED.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you want to say that this guy that's coming out of college, who's going up against a 2-year, into the league guy, that 2-year guy is laughing.
Yes.
They always talk about it like Bill Belichick against a rookie. The rookie knows that he's going to be made a fool.
Yeah.
You can't compare these two. Exactly. Yeah. You want them to get beat hard. You want them to turn to the inside by accident or turn to the outside. You want them to make mistakes because that beat that the guy just went down the field and the whole crowd is booing you, you know what they're never going to do again? That play. Yeah. They're never going to make that mistake again. Yeah. It's how you learn.
Yeah.
So, yes, I want my rookies, other than a QB, to make mistakes.
Yes.
And to have off years and stuff like that. My QB, I don't want to have them make awful mistakes right away because they'll get benched right away.
Destroys confidence. Look, yeah.
Everyone uses Aaron Rodgers as the example. I mean, how long did he ride in the pine?
Well, he sat years behind Favre.
Behind a great QB. Yeah. Poor choice in personal life as we...
Sure.
Yeah, but amazing QB. I was a Giants fan. I grew up, my family was a Giants fan. My favorite play in all of football to this date is Brett Favre. Just describing someone as a gunman. The description of gun. Yeah. I saw him in his later years throw a touchdown pass, run down the field, lift the player up over his shoulder, and run with the player on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, that guy feels the same now as when he was like 10 years old and his dad's like, throw me a pass.
Yeah.
And he threw it and his dad caught it. That is the same jubilance. And I've never seen anybody, anyone in my life, play the game like that. But that's that's the hope you have. You hope you have a player that has the love and the respect for the game, that will take someone under their wing and show them it. Yes, it ended badly. I don't think
didn't do that for Rodgers, but
it ended badly.
Sure.
But in the end, you have a QB. What would have happened if Rodgers played his first
trial
year?
by fire, which happens to so many QBs?
Yeah.
Again,
the truth is, you don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know. He could have gone down as a bust. Because he didn't have time to mature. He could have got beaten in the hell. He could have got an injury. Who knows? Sure. But that's the truth, is that you don't know. But you people are just like, draft this QB, number 1 draft pick, needs to start, play him in the preseason games. And you're like, why? If he got an injury, the same people would be saying, I don't know why the coach played him.
Yep.
I don't know why he did that. That was a mistake. Yeah. So I think for us, that this is going to suck. And it's going to suck for a couple years. And we have a good guy right now under center. I like him. I'm sad for how everything went down with Eli. I am for that. Sure. I hope he gets the respect that he deserves when he leaves, because he really does deserve it. He was great for us, and he did for us what not a lot of other people could do.
Yeah.
I mean, no one thought that Phil Simms would ever be replaced as the Giants QB, and Eli will go down as it now. He will. Yeah. But we need to start rebuilding, and we need to start looking out for it, and we need to draft the unsexy drafts. We need to do the unsexy. Yeah. We you want that playmaker, I know. And your draft pick comes up and it's just like, we didn't think this wide receiver would be here. Don't get him. Get the player you need, not the player that's like, we should get this guy and then trade him if we need. That sucks.
Well, it's funny you say that, because there's the mentality around Green Bay forever has been best player available. So it doesn't matter.
It's not just Green Bay.
And it's a matter of that receiver falls to you. Yeah, we really need an offensive lineman, but this guy, we scouted him. He looks better. Let's take him. And there's definitely differing arguments for what you should do, because if you start drafting by need, maybe you reach, maybe go for a guy that you could have gotten later. And listen, they said that about the Giants this year, right? Getting Daniel Jones at 6, right? A lot of people are like, he's gonna be there when you pick again later in this round.
The gamble.
Yeah.
I mean, you also, just thinking it from their perspective. Sure. It's so easy for me to be like, yeah, man, I know that. But these guys are making these $1 million things, and the front office is not the owner. Yeah. They're trying to support their family too.
Sure.
They get paid very similar to what the players are making, and they're doing it too for sustenance and sustainability and all that stuff. So you don't want to be the guy that says, I think we can get him later, and then something happens where you don't. Now you just messed it up. And they needed a QB, and I get it. And I thought they were going to play behind Eli, and we were going to be bad for 2 years, because Eli probably had 2 years in him. But more importantly than anything, he would show them the ropes. He'd get to play out his time. It would be good. It would be a great ending, right out into the sunset type deal. But they keep. I don't know why this win now mentality. It never used to be that way. It's weird to say it because I'm one of them, but it's like a millennial thing. Yeah. It's the idea of we got to win now. Yeah, I need a win.
We got to win now.
Yeah, we're paying him money. He should be good. And it's like, you know what? Honestly, I get paid money sometimes, and I phone it in a day. I don't feel good. I'm sick. Yeah. There's some days that I can't be at my best. Yeah. But they don't get that. No. No one gets that. This guy got ripped apart for having an anxiety attack. Yeah. You're a multimillionaire. How can you have an anxiety attack? I don't even know how to have a conversation with him. Yeah. He's also a multimillionaire. I got news for you. It's really crazy. Someday he'll die. It's true. I know he's a multimillionaire, but someday, Also, his pets might go at some time, and they'll have to deal with that too. They're dealing with real people problems. Yeah, it's true. So I don't get it. I don't get why these people will rip people apart for being human.
And they're 21 and 22 years
100%.
old. Like, me 21 years old, like compared to me 29 years old, it's a chasm. Like, it's the Grand Canyon
100%.
of life changes and maturity. But, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I had an anxiety attack going on a J date one time when I was 21. I can't imagine someone being like, we're paying you $15 million, go out and perform. Yeah. I'd be like, I haven't pooped for a month. This is where we're at.
It's in there.
I am literally about 30% poop right now. I am structurally poop. Yeah, no, but you know what I mean? Like that's...
Yeah.
People... No one has any patience. Yes, if you bought a season ticket, your money is going towards the team, and you feel like you're a share. But it's true. I would consider you on business end a shareholder. You have a vested interest. No, it's true. You have a vested interest in the team. You're investing the money in the team, and you'd like your opinion heard.
Or at least your return in some
way, yeah. Win a Super Bowl. But you have to have some other way of getting return than that. You have to. You have to have some acceptance of, you know what? We're going to take a hit on this. But what I can tell you is give us a couple years to reboot. And you know what? Companies do that with their shareholders, and they get away with it.
Yeah.
Companies get a buyout where they're kind of like, we need help. We are that bad that we need this extra money.
Yeah.
And they eventually turn it around, you hope.
Well, I mean, like, you looking at the Redskins, right? So, like, they're in a very...
Who's looking at the Redskins?
No
one. The Redskins aren't looking at the Redskins.
Well, like, again, like, you go back to, like, last week, and tickets were going for, like, $15.
Yeah.
And that was, like, lower bowl.
Yep.
And, like, you look at the Lions game, and I'm pretty sure they were going for single digit. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
The field is a mess. The players are terrible.
100%.
Snyder is literally running them into the ground. And it's
I heard they don't watch their own game tape. They watch other teams' tape so that way they can learn something.
I don't doubt that.
That's what I've heard.
But, like, you look at that, and you're like, wow, just, like, that's a fire sale. Like, there needs to be they sign, like, these really, really expensive free agents, sometimes from the Giants, and it's just a matter of just, like, hey, like, you can't do that. Like, and again, with free agency, most of the time, it doesn't pan out. For the Packers, this particular year, it's panned out so far. We gotten great rushers in Za'Darius and Preston Smith, great Amos. It's panned out.
Except last week.
Yeah, exactly. Jimmy Graham hasn't panned out. He's the highest paid tight end in football. Hasn't panned out for us.
Yeah.
But you look at it from your perspective, do you think there just needs to be personnel changes? And I'm not necessarily talking about players. I'm talking about, because at some point you say, like, yes, here's the plan. This is how long it's going to take to get there. Here's what we're going to do, step A, B, C, and D. Do you have the person to do that? When you
don't do that, now your job's a little like, well, now we're starting the rebuild, and we're starting it now. So they the easy answer is to get a new front end.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the easy answer. But are they going to do the same thing? It's always the gamble. You never know.
It's a devil you know.
So for me, take the guy that we have. Again, you want to rest your hat on something? He got you Saquon Barkley. Okay. Why not give him the opportunity to say, this is my thought, this is what we're doing, this is how it's going to go down. Here's what we're going to do. For every year that we're under 8 wins, we'll give back 10% of season ticket holders. We'll refund them 10% for season ticket holders. That 10%, they're still making a profit off of it, but it's something. But it lets the season ticket holder know, we are sorry, and stick with us, and we're going to get there, And then you have something to strive for, and you have something to work for. And if you're giving away money, you best know that now that owner's watching you.
Everything.
That owner's watching you like a hawk. You better get to 8 wins quick, sir.
And if not, you won't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it lights a fire under everybody, and it like I said, it's very rare that you can do something that will get everybody kind of cohesive, and that is the first thought to me. Give the money back to the fans to apologize. That pulls the owner's interest in, lights the fire underneath them. Everyone's now watching everyone, and you have that checks and balances system. Yeah. And then be honest with us. Say, you know what? I'm gonna say 3 years. And you know what? Honestly, we'll give you those 3 years. You know, if Jerry Jones can give him, what is he now, 6?
Garrett?
Yeah,
he's
Garrett's
been there for like
7?
a decade. No, he's been there. Yeah.
No
way.
way.
For a long, long time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's been there a while.
If you can give him close to a decade, you can give the front staff 3 years.
Yeah.
Give him 3 years.
Yeah.
And you know what? If it doesn't pan out in the 3 years, and they say, well, give us another year, you have 3 years to grade him on. Well, what have they done? Well, we went from a 2-win season that it's looking like it might be right now. Maybe 3 wins because we might beat Washington. I freaking hope. But 3-win, 5-win, 8-win, 9-win. You're starting to see that growth. So if we have a 3-win this time, we have the 5-win, and then we have an 8-win.
Yeah.
I might be on board. I start to look at the players that you have. Maybe they're buying in.
Yeah.
But you need time to judge.
Sure.
And you need to judge it off a plan. We can't just keep judging them off of one draft. All right, how did that draft go? Should we keep them? All right, we'll keep them for now.
And they can't do it the year after too.
Because you get what was it? The Browns with Mangini.
Yeah.
His draft was magical for them. And then they sucked after that. But the guy took credit for it. So yes, I would give him the 3 years.
Yeah.
Grade him off that. I think that's fair. And you know what? Offer something to the fans. Offer them something.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. Be honest and show compassion.
I mean, they won't.
They won't.
I mean, that's a really good idea.
Oh, but they won't. No, they won't do it.
And so, you get caught in this loop that, I'm, looking at Giants tickets because I know people that, want to go, and I'm just like...
No, you don't. Don't lie.
Well, they're Packer fans.
Don't lie to you. Okay, that's
yeah,
fair.
That's it.
Okay, I was going to be like, I didn't think you. You barely talked to me.
Okay, all right, I see it. Because, again, it builds this... It builds a counterculture to what you want, right? And the idea of, You're not transparent with the fans. You're not transparent with the players. I mean, at some point, something has to give.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, looking at where the Giants are, and obviously, this Sunday, like you said, that's gonna be an uphill battle. Aaron Rodgers gonna be a little perturbed, and Matt LaFleur too. Matt LaFleur got his ass kicked last week.
Yeah.
He literally just had it handed to him and said, "Here you go," and adjustments need to be made and what have you.
Yeah.
So looking at Sunday, you're talking about games that the Giants shouldn't win, but as we know, with the Giants and the Packers,
only games they will. Yeah. It's true. It's I like how you look like you just threw up. That was wow. That was bad.
That's the thing. It's Giants and Seahawks. I hate playing them. Even if they're we're gonna roll over them. I'm no. The PTSD starts coming back.
It's Seahawks, man. You guys have had some great battles.
So much. I hate them.
You guys have had some great battles.
Burning passion. Burning. It's in my... I hate them more than the Vikings.
You just hate them because they beat you on your own play. Hail Mary. Hail Mary down the field, and they actually pulled it off. I got to tell you...
Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah. No, but giving you credit where credit's due. Giving you credit where credit's due. How many times has Aaron Rodgers pulled that play?
Yeah.
And I think...
Against you, too.
100%. Yeah. I have gotten to the point that when they do a Hail Mary... I more expect it to work than expect it to not. And that's not how that play used to be. That play was just
literally, it's a Hail Mary.
Yeah. But
Jesus, take the wheel.
Aaron Rodgers made it a thing out of it. Yeah. So don't. Give credit where credit's due. They beat you on your own play.
He didn't, though. He didn't catch the ball. He didn't. It's the replacement refs. There's no way... We're not getting into the Hail Mary.
You sound like OBJ. You sound like OBJ.
That's fine. That's fine. I just wish I had the millions of dollars to go behind it. So,
well, it would be good because you could afford all the equipment to watch it be a catch.
Yeah. We were doing so well.
No, we weren't.
And now
we started at Adelworts. We literally began at Adelworts. How would we?
Because it can only go up from there.
We hit freaking a pool of shit that people are falling in and fracturing their back on halfway through. This has been rotating. We are literally living the Giants right now. It has been nothing but a disappointment on both of our ends.
Every now and then you get us hey.
That's true.
Pretty good. There's a clean spot on the wall.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen often. All right, so if they're going to win on Sunday, what in God's name do they have to do? Besides, obviously, use Saquon Barkley, who they haven't utilized a whole lot.
First thing that comes to mind, find a way to trap Green Bay in the hotel, and we get a forfeit. Just if we're brainstorming, that would actually be plan A and plan B. It would be the same plan twice. We would try to trap them twice. After that, what do we need to do? Just
calling like a bomb scare.
Yeah, right there. I mean, look, Giants fans don't want to hear it, but we need to get lucky. You know, we need to not miss scoring chances, i.e. with our kickers. We need to give our QB time, which might not happen.
Yeah.
They're trying. That's the one thing that again, we're not throwing it. And that's why I will still back them up, and I'll still watch, and I will still support them, because I know that every guy out there is putting his heart and soul into it. And yes, there's injuries, and people are beaten up, and we're running, second and third string guys. And you can use injuries till the cow comes home. Every sports does. Every team, everyone's dealing with it. It's not like one team is just super healthy and never gets an injury. That's not real.
Yeah.
But
Packers are healthy on Sunday.
and look, So what's the say? Any given Sunday?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's
what we're looking for. We're looking for an any given Sunday. I'm looking for God's honest truth. Us to play our A game, which would probably be comparable right now to a Packers B game, which means that I need a Packers to do like a D game, and I need us to take advantage of it. That's what I need. I need you guys to have an off day, and I need us to be clicking on all cylinders, and I need our kicker to make just make a freaking field goal. Just make a field goal. Just give me hope back.
Yeah.
Give me hope back. I would almost say go for fake field goals the whole game. And everyone knows it's going to be a fake because you just did it 3 other times. Go for it again.
You're on your own 20-yard line. You just line up for the field goal.
Do it. Go.
Do it, you cowards.
Yeah. 2nd and 3. Go for it.
At that point, if you are a 2-win team, why are you not going for it? If at every opportunity where it somewhat makes sense, you're on midfield, just go for it. At this point,
why not?
Who cares?
Why not?
Who cares?
I would tell the kicker to go for the other uprights in hopes that it might help him hit the one that we need to go for. That's what I would do. You know what I mean? Just put him out. Something. Yeah.
Have the
give him glasses
the back and just wave at the end of the end zone.
Give him glasses that shift his view slightly askew.
Yeah,
exactly. And then suddenly he's the best kicker ever. But that's we're beating ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it all. Is we have a line that's getting beaten up, and we have a QB that's new. And we're not able to make holes for Saquon, so he's trying his best, but he can only do so much. We're getting ourselves in field goal range and not able to make field goals. That's got to change. And then you have our defense. The one thing that was always true of a Super Bowl caliber Giants was a 4-man rush, and I can't remember the last time we had a 4-man rush. I don't know.
No.
So that's what we need. And is it going to happen? No. I probably know that it's not going to happen. Am I going to be there to support my team? 100%.
Yeah.
Am I going to hope for us to win? 100%.
Of course.
And if we do win, will I ever let you forget it for the rest of your life?
100%.
Never.
No.
I will mark it down as an anniversary, and you will get a card with a handwritten note.
I was about to say, it's
a handwritten note. I'll do it in quill every year. But that's what I'm going to do, because in the end, we're fans.
Yeah.
And that's the truth of it. I'm like you. I'll never root for my team to lose.
Yeah.
I never. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. What do I want to see? I want to see my team try. Because the moment I go out there and I see my team not try, I can't root for them.
Yeah.
Why? Because
what's the point? What's the point of even showing up?
Exactly. At that point, you know what you would do if you were like a little league team?
Yeah.
You call out.
Yep.
Hey, listen, we're not going to make it. We forfeit.
Yep.
Billy
got hit by a bus.
Yeah. Say, forfeit the game, refund everybody's money, and call it a day. You want to tank? Super easy. Close down the stadium, save money on electricity, save money on all your salary people and hourly people and all that stuff.
Yep.
And just just forfeit the next couple of games.
Yeah.
Have the team waiting there, checking their watch at kickoff, and be like, we just got a call. They said they're not coming. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm serious.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, we're fans. And the one thing, you never had to go through it, but for fans of teams when they're going through ruts.
Hey, we had those 2 years that were bad these past 2 years.
It took you to week 17 to get to a 9.
But we knew. Listen, our coach got fired by a little after mid-season, after a Cardinals game.
Yeah.
And that's when the Cardinals were really, really bad.
Larry.
And they beat us.
Larry. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what's we expect so much. So much out of all that. You hear people, and you see the videos, people breaking their TVs, yelling and screaming, cursing. You see people in the fans throwing stuff at these guys, yelling and screaming at them. We expect so much out of these people that we don't even know.
Correct.
We expect so much. And you know what they expect? They expect one thing from us, and that's support. That's it. That's the only thing that they expect from us is support.
Yeah.
That's it. And who am I to be like, no, guys, sorry, not
It
today.
ain't going to happen.
Not today. No. They go out and try their best. I will turn my TV on and I will try my best and I will watch them and I will support them and I will hope all the good things in the world for them. And I just hope that down the line, like you said, transparency and having someone say
that investment.
Exactly. Have someone say, listen, guys, we got your back.
Yeah.
We know the situation. Everyone knows the situation. We got it. We're going to work on fixing it. It's going to take a couple years, but stick with us, and I promise you'll see something along the way. And that's it.
That's it.
You know? And if they're shirtless bench pressing while they're doing it, all the more power to them. Now you sold me.
Now I gave you something to look at.
Exactly.
But Pete, thank you so much for coming on, buddy. This was...
I'm just looking forward to the candy.
You guys find me at TomGrossiComedy.com. We're at Tom Grossi Comedy on all social media. See down below. Check out podcasts on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and of course YouTube. And a big shout and thank you to all the Patreon members over at patreon.com/TomGrossiComedy. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack, go.